On today's episode of Watch JR Go, we are here with my freshly sandblasted frame, or soda blasted frame, for the S10 Xtreme. And today, we're gonna paint it. What is going on, guys? I am Watch JR Go, and like I said, I am here with the freshly blasted frame for my 2000 Chevy S10 Xtreme. And it looks incredible. I love how good that bare metal looks. And yeah, I know somebody in the comments is gonna be, it's not perfect. Well, that's what happens when it sits outside for 3 hours. Literally, it got blasted and brought right back over here, and it's freezing cold and pretty humid in Kansas right now, and that's just what happens with the atmosphere. So don't you worry about that. Cool your jets, this thing is perfect. I like how they even blasted the shocks that are getting replaced. They look really good though in bare metal. It had air shocks on it. Those are going away. We're trying to get the Beltex right now. Hopefully we can get those in time. If not, this will be one wheel hopping truck when we try to race it. We are pulling this thing outside today. We've got our box of Eastwood frame coating. We have the internal frame coating and the external frame coating. And today, hopefully this thing is jet black, gloss black, or whatever the frame coating is. It might be more of a satin. I actually don't remember top to bottom. So let's get this thing outside, put it on some jack stands, and get to painting. Honestly, that's all there is to it. This frame coating is supposed to be the best stuff there is. They say it's better than POR 15, so I bought it because it's what the restoration guys use. Can't wait to find out. Back at the house, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Joey Ray. I'm gonna link his channel below. He is the one, he's restoring a C10 right now, and he's the one that blasted that frame for us. So we would have never gotten this far this quickly without him. He knocked it out like a day after we dropped the frame off. Thanks again, Joey Ray. That was awesome. Also, when we were pulling this thing out of the field, we ripped the frame right there. The hook just ripped right through there because these frames are actually really thin metal. It's definitely not as thick as you would expect for a truck. It's the box gives it all of its strength there, not really the metal itself. So we're going to stitch that back together real quick with a little weld, grind it down. I know it's not like perfectly even, but that's as good as I could do with the sledgehammer in a short amount of time. It looks good enough to me. You guys know the meme. I mean, probably one of my better welds. Can't even be upset about that. Let's put this thing away. I'm driving my brand new truck.
I know.
I love it.
What's this guy doing?
It's nice out here.
This guy's working, dog. Hit the e-brake. Still works.
It does work.
Look at that. Man, they even pulled the wheels and blasted the brake drums on them. So we're pulling the wheels right now.
Oh, no.
What's up? Lug nut stuck? So I'm gonna grab the air compressor right now and the blowgun, and we'll give it a blast and wipe down real quick, and we are ready to spray it.
Before we get too much farther into the S10 build, I want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Policy Genius. If you're anything like me, you need to insure a lot of your property, home, auto, who knows, you know, you can insure about anything these days, but insurance prices are a constant concern for me, especially with this many vehicles. Since 2014, Policy Genius has helped over 30 million people save money on their insurance and placed over $120 billion in coverage. That's pretty wild. Policy Genius is your one-stop shop to find and buy the insurance you need, and getting started is easy. First, head to policygenius.com/watchjrgo and answer a few quick questions about yourself and your property. Policy Genius will show you price estimates for policies that fit your needs and help you find the best option. Their team of experts will look for ways to save you more, especially when you bundle your home and auto policies. The Policy Genius team will work for you, not the insurance companies. If they find a better rate than what you're paying now, they'll switch you over for free. Policy Genius has saved customers an average of $1,250 per year over what they were paying for home and auto insurance. So head to policygenius.com/watchjrgo to get your free home and auto insurance quotes and see how much you could save. Thanks to Policy Genius for sponsoring today's video and being a continued supporter of automotive creators like me. Now that we've saved some money on insurance, let's get back to the S10 build. Here is the internal frame coating. It comes with this big old 24-inch tube. You replace the spray nozzle on the can with this, stick it in the frame and shoot it. Then the cops come.
Got lit up.
Got lit up. All right.
Can't be painting in the parking lot, dog.
Yeah.
Test the black.
It does work.
Do work. 10 out of 10 work. So you just go in every hole you can basically and just give it a little spray?
That's what it says, yeah.
I really hate how none of these stay together anymore.
All right, that is the result of 4 complete cans, and we still do not have complete coverage. So we're gonna run and pick up a little more chassis paint from O'Reilly's, and we'll get right back to it. I mean, we gotta get it done right now. Well, we made it to O'Reilly's in a Ford, but I don't know how these guys made it here in the old Renaissance, or Renaissance? Renaissance. Let's get some paint. What's up? Woo, look at that! This thing looks wild. Man, it's like having a brand new truck. Obviously, we didn't paint the shocks because they're gonna be replaced shortly. Brand new shocks all the way around, and this thing is black. Very, very black. We also took the time we had it apart and used a little bit of caliper paint and did the drums and the rotor hats and the calipers. So all of that is nice, crispy, and new. You can see that those, it's kind of tough to see, but the calipers are crispy and black. We got it inside just seconds before the rain started, which was about as good as we could do. We were in a hurry there. So we had to slap the wheels back on, slide it inside. We were running inside with tools, and it is raining now. So tomorrow we need to degrease the engine, get it all cleaned up, and get it painted. Obviously the engine needs to look pretty as well. And here is the drivetrain. We're just gonna go with this one because it's here, and obviously the time crunch is getting worse by the day. So right now we're gonna go ahead and rip the wiring harness off of this. I would say mostly all of it. I would like to leave the alternator wire to the battery there, and that is about it. Everything else can come off. So another time lapse. Let's jump right back into it. Eric and I are gonna try to strip this thing as fast as we can. I guess everything's coming off actually because we gotta paint it. So let's just take it all off and get to it. In fact, we should even pull the headers off. Hopefully, I think we're using these headers. I don't think we have headers. And in just a couple of minutes, it'll just be a transmission and an engine ready to get degreased and painted. A short few minutes later, we have the entire harness off of this thing, and fuel lines are off, manifolds are off, spark plug wires are off, basically stripped all the way down. I guess you guys got to see most of it there in the time lapse. The water pump is trash on this thing. The fan's like locked up, so we'll be putting a water pump on this thing, I would say. And Eric is popping the intake off there. Got the 8 ratchet wrench down in there. Always a fun thing to try to get out. So that's pretty easy with the 8 swivel, so we'll finish it up with that. And I think we're ready to wash this thing. So tomorrow we get to drop Gabe's engine off of the engine hoist there and come pick this engine up and then start degreasing it, get it all cleaned up, paint it. We haven't decided what color yet. Let me know in the comments below what color you guys think this engine should be. I think it's gonna be black because black is probably the right move. It's kind of the factory look. But there is a possibility we could do Chevy orange for once. Or maybe just red. I think red would look killer. What do you think? The Chevy 454 is red. That's why I'm thinking. red could be pretty cool. I think we're gonna run the MSD Air Force intake on this one because we've got plenty of room to run it, and we can get rid of that gigantic truck intake that's on this thing. I mean, we're still trying to figure out what we have over here. Hopefully I've got a set of injectors because those injectors are very strange. A connector that's not EV1 or EV6, so that's not gonna be fun to work with. Let's see, we got a fuel pump, we've got rails. There's a chance we have injectors. I'm not sure yet, but there's a chance. I know we've got the engine mounts, we've got a terminator for it. This thing's gonna be a very, very slick build. So what I thought was gonna be leaving all the stock stuff on here turned into all the cool stuff.
How's taking those 8s off one bolt at a time going?
Awesome.
Oh, awesome. They're also very long, so that's pretty fun.
They stay in the intake though, right?
Yeah, you can just lift the intake with them on. Pretty sweet. These things look real good once they're stripped down. I went over to the first box I found and I opened it up and boom, brand new fuel injectors. Check it out. So I can't be any happier about that. These are ready to go with our Terminator, and hopefully we can switch intakes and rock and roll. While Eric's doing that, I'm gonna grab our 71-221029 HKR. I did that O on purpose for you guys. These are our new engine mounts. So I can go ahead and pop off these old factory engine mounts on here and pop on our nice new Holley ones. Intake coming off, let's do it. You grab the back and we'll just both pull because we gotta break one of the hoses. Oh, there it goes. Boom. Man, this engine's nasty. Dirty. One of the nastiest ones I've ever seen. So degreasing this is gonna be a huge win. It's too bad we didn't take these off before we painted the frame. Smart moves here. Ooh, sand's pouring out of these. Figured they'd be holding some junk inside them. Well, we will clean this up and do a little touch-up painting in here. Let's vacuum the nonsense and then we'll wipe it off and give it a little hit of paint. Just kidding about putting the engine mounts on tonight. We obviously hit it with a little bit of touch up and we need to wait just a minute for that to dry, and then we can install our new engine mounts. While those engine mounts are going on, I've got to get the wiring harness back on the chassis, get the brake lines all down and routed again. That's all got to get snapped back into place, and I think we're making very good progress towards our goal of getting this done in a matter of days. Obviously it's gonna be tight, but we're trying to knock it out as fast as we can. We just gotta get this power plant cleaned up, painted, and ready to go in. After that, hopefully everything else kind of becomes a breeze. The one thing I'm very worried about is a radiator. As you know, LS's are same side radiators, and the V6 was not, and I also found out the Corvette is not, because I have that one that has the steam port broken on it, and I was gonna put it in here, but it's not a same side in the Corvette. So that unfortunately put a stop to that plan very quickly. I will say this looks incredible. I don't know what our wheel game plan is yet, but we gotta figure something out quick. And then we just have to get this engine in here and get the cab back on the thing. Hopefully by the end of the week, the engine's on. You guys will be there every step of the way. And again, huge thank you to our sponsor of this video, Policy Genius, policygenius.com/watchjrgo. to get your insurance rates today. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. That was quite a bit of progress, man.
Yeah.
I think this is crazy, like a complete restoration in just an insane amount of time, just the shortest time frame. So I really do hope we can have this engine in within the next 2 days. Obviously, cleaning this up, degreasing it, and painting is going to take, what?
Probably tomorrow.
2 days, I would say, because we got to wait after we degrease it.
Well, we got to degrease this. While we do that, fork that up in the air, get it cleaned up, get it touched up.
We do need it under...
Same with the bed. So tomorrow we can probably have the engine degreased and get it prepped, and then we can probably get at least the cab in the air, and then maybe if we're lucky we can get the bed up.
Yeah, the cab is critical. We need to undercoat both of those and high pressure wash them to make sure they're incredibly clean. That is a big deal. And then we can start on, well, then Zach can start on color while we work on the mechanics.